And we made it to the final page of the Life Hub training guide. Congratulations. Now let's see how you can build it into the rest of your Notion workspace. Notion is one of those wonderful creations that allows you to use anything that you can imagine alongside the rest of your workspace. So if we're in our demo version, which has all of the tutorials from all of the last videos that you've watched, come on over to the information station and you'll see how it all works out. So as I mentioned, one of the wonderful things about Notion is that you can create whatever you want, wherever you want, basically. This section is where you can include any other template you have. So if you have a habit tracker, or in this instance, I'll show you how to put the enjoyment hub inside of the Life Hub right next to it, so you can see it on the sidebar very clean. This is essentially your reading list, your watch list. You can put Netflix in here, as you can see. Put Spotify if you want to listen to something. Send it to somebody. It's pretty cool if you ask me. But I'm going to show you how to put that inside of your Life Hub right next to it, using a few couple tricks. Down below, no walkthrough would be complete without a proper way to integrate the new with the old. The final step before you step off on your own and achieve your wildest dream is to bring the rest of your workspace into your Life Hub. How this works. As a reminder, any page in Notion can be turned into a sub-page inside of another page, and it will show up in the sidebar. If you haven't watched the quick links video, please go watch that. It will make sense on how you're able to scale this hierarchy infinitely, pretty much. Keep your system clean. A lot of the people I see have a sidebar that's just filled with colors, and I don't really understand how somebody could find everything in a usable way for somebody else. It might make sense for them, but this allows everybody to pick it up and use a structured format and then build on top of that if you want. But how to link another page. Very simple. First, get the actual page where you want. Step 1. Step 2, copy the link to the page and paste it in 2 places. So let's start with step 1. Very simple. We have the enjoyment hub in our private section. I just duplicated that in my workspace, and I want to put it inside of my Life Hub, my full digital organizer. So it's currently in the private section, and fun little fact, Notion just allowed you to drag these around. Still kind of suggests that you keep it in favorites, team spaces, and private, but some people, it might work a little bit different. You could put shared above private or something like that. But over here in the private, we have our enjoyment hub. Now, get the actual page where you want. You can do that in 3 different ways. I can either just drag it over. Let me actually open the toggles, because we want to drag it over to the hidden toggles so that it shows clean on the sidebar. That's another video for a how-to, not relevant to this section, but if we drag it in to this section, you'll see it pop over into the information station. And now it's essentially in the Life Hub, but you're not really going to be able to go to it like you actually want. So I'm going to put it back into the private so you can see how to move it in a different way. Now we just dragged it right onto the page. We can also drag it directly on to the sidebar. That was actually method 1. I did it backwards. Method 1 is the best, to just drag it over to the section right there. It fills it in the page links. You don't even have to go to it. You don't have to open it up if you don't want to. You can drag it around over here. You'll see that it'll copy the same stuff on the inside. So it's not down here because these are links. And if you haven't seen the quick links, it's also important because there are 2 different ways to link something into your system. You can either mention it and kind of just talk about it, doesn't show it up on the sidebar, or you can actually link it and have it show up on the sidebar. So continuing with our system, it's on the sidebar, but it's nowhere else inside the Life Hub. So I'm not going to I'm not going to cut and paste the template. I really don't suggest it because it deletes it essentially and makes a brand new one. There's just more likelihood of that breaking the template than simply dragging it where it's supposed to be. So out of those 3, dragging it to where you want to be on the sidebar results in the least amount of steps up front and has the least amount of error. Now, how to copy the link into 2 different places. We just created it on the sidebar, and you can copy it from this section right here. Sorry, face, get out the way. Copy that link, put me up top. And now again, you can either mention it, and have it show right here without having it put on the sidebar, or you can link it and have it double up. We don't want that. We already have it in the page. Doing it this way though, by having the entire template inside of your space right here, allows you to have infinitely toggleable views right here. You can go all the way down as far as you want. Now if you just link it, as you see there, it's just the top level page. You're not going to be able to get anything out of it. So by using it side by side like this, I'll scroll down so you can see what happens when I delete it. I will, why are you not deleting? Alright, so there we go, I deleted it right there. For some reason it wasn't showing up on the sidebar, but there's so many different ways to do what you want over here. And I'm going to do it one more time, copy the link, mention the page. Kind of important. Now we're going to go back to the LifeHub Digital Organizer, keep it moving, and if I want to paste it, again, mention the page. We don't want to, I like showing examples, we don't want to link it. It shows up on our LifeHub. That's pretty dang cluttered. We want to mention the page, have it show on the information station, have it show where we want it, so that when we come to our home screen, essentially, I can just come here, go into the Enjoyment Hub, go to my Watch Hub and see what I'm watching. Maybe I can go to the Quotes Hub and see what random quotes there. The wisdom from Dolly Parton. We cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails. She's got a lot of golden ones in here. But yeah, so that is how you would be using, and you can kind of see the hierarchy up here. The Quotes Hub is inside the side room of the Enjoyment Hub, which is inside the Information Station, which is inside the LifeHub Digital Organizer. Very simple, very straightforward. As I mentioned, I already went through this. It's kind of on autopilot with how many people I've showed this, but this is the easiest way to keep your system clean and build out your entire Notion ecosystem. Build what you care about, keep it growing, share it with who you want, and let's see where we can be in 5 to 10 years. Notion isn't going anywhere. So glad you guys made it all the way through the LifeHub training guide. Notion 101, if you're not familiar with Notion, will teach you all the little ins and outs of what you're missing here. We also have a whole lot of business stuff for you guys coming. Personally believe Notion is the end goal for productivity tools and business organization. So I have a lot of content coming for that, explaining how to get the most out of it. There's so many different ways to save seconds, then seconds add up. In the Marine Corps we used to say ounces make pounds, pounds make pain. It's very similar with time. Seconds make minutes, and minutes add up. So stick around for the next coming videos. We have a massive schedule ahead of us, and I'm very excited for the content. It's all intended to help you guys. I've already figured it out. It's to get it out there. It's something so simple that I feel like everybody should use. So please like, subscribe, and share this with whoever you know, and let's see how we can build this out over the next couple of years. Catch you guys on the next one.